Cowboys had a late 6th round pick and the first 7th round pick of the 2025 NFL Draft. We'll break down both of them right now. Ajani Cornelius, the round 6, 204 pick out of Oregon. Maybe is some right tackle depth for you. Maybe could play some guard if you needed to as well. We'll break down his pros and cons on today's show. And I just can't quit Fatties Only. I can't quit it. The Cowboys drafting one of the biggest defensive linemen in this class, Jay Toia, out of UCLA, 341 pounds. I love my player comp for him. It was a big boulder right in the middle of your defensive line who's not really going to go anywhere. That's for better or for worse in the end. He's not going to get moved around very much. He's a 1.5 down player, but you needed defensive tackle depth. You had 5 DTs. Half of them I trust to play at nose guard, and that's Mozzie, who's got issues there. I am a big fan of the Toia pick here. I had a 5th/6th round grade on him. Got him an entire round later. So pinned comments on today's video for this reaction here. Do you like the picks? Y for yes, N for no. It is the pinned comment, so if the ad happens to come here on the YouTube side, take advantage of it. Go vote. Y for yes, you like both those picks. N for no. Remember, it's the 6th and 7th round. We should never crash out negatively over those picks. So let's go with Ajani Cornelius to kind of begin stuff here with our coverage and reaction to all these selections here. I'll start positives, come back to some of the negatives there. Spent 3 years at Rhode Island, transferred to Oregon, was a multi-year starter. Felt like he was better in pass protection in 2023. But 50 career starts, all of them at right tackle. Now, the Combine this year had some issues with arm length measurement. He was 33.5 at the Combine, but ended up being 34 at the Pro Day. I don't know how you balance those two out there in the end. There, I think, is some good run blocking here. And the Cowboys, I think, want some finishers. I think there is some nastiness to Ajani Cornelius' game. There is some power. There is some ability there to kind of be a bit of a mauler in the ground game. He'll finish off the blocks. He won't fall off. Those types of things, I think, is what Dallas was searching for along the offensive line. He can recover and kind of like hold on for dear life. As a pass blocker, I see him more as a survive, not thrive guy, which is okay, especially at right tackle, if he can just not get cooked. You know, there's a spot for you there. Because of like that power and the run blocking and the size, I do wonder if you could try him at guard. But I think with the arm length being 34, probably a little bit better off keeping him at tackle. And I think that's where Dallas will have him. But I haven't seen any comments from the Cowboys specifically. So some TBD on that front there. 50 career starts, like I mentioned there. Multi-year starter, 6th round grade, by the way, on Ajani Cornelius. For me, it took him in the 6th round. That's fine. It was 233 overall, but sometimes I got higher grades, lower grades, and the math works out there. That's how things tend to go, at least with the way I've always done my boards there. So Ajani Cornelius, the first of the 2 picks. We'll come back to some of the not as positive things. The why he's available in the 6th round, right? I always want to mention strengths when I think it's kind of silly to only do one and be pure homer there. So that's to come. But first, today's show is made possible by Mando. They are sponsoring our 2025 NFL Draft coverage here at the Cowboys Report. Spring is in the air. I get to golf again. And I like to walk, not ride, 18 holes. And Mando whole body deodorant helps keep me fresh from head to toe. Golf balls aren't the only ones that got to be cleaned after all. And Mando is clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. You get the solid stick deodorant like I showed just a minute ago on screen, the cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. It's 2025. Who wants to deal with shipping and paying for that? As a special offer for you guys, you get $5 off if you're a new customer on the starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code CHAT, C-H-A-T, at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Support our show. Tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. Link will be in the comment section of today's show. Make sure if you get them, we tell you we sent them. Comments in the description of today's show. Some negatives. He had some issues down the stretch this year. He allowed 11 pressures in his final 2 games in some of the biggest moments of his career. He had some good pass rushers he faced down the stretch there, which I think is a red flag. He skipped most of the testing, which I think I've got some athletic concerns. I don't know how good of an athlete he truly is. The 29.5-inch vert was good. 804 broad was not. There was no 3-cone, no agility, no 40-yard dash, which I like to have full pictures, but we did not get it there for Ajani Cornelius. I think that when defenders get into his chest, I think he has problems there. And that's always worrisome for any offensive lineman. But he's able to kind of like hold on for dear life and not necessarily get totally overwhelmed. And he's got some recovery ability. But I think the better pass rushers are going to find a way to be able to beat him a little bit more consistently, which why he's a 6th-round pick, right? So grade the pick of Ajani Cornelius. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. How do you feel about the pick here of the Oregon offensive tackle? Jay Toia out of UCLA. Toia, excuse me. I like him a lot. This is a big guy on the interior. Siak Ika's brother checks in at 6'2.5", 341 pounds. He is never, as we'll get into, going to be a good pass rusher. But I think he can be an early down run stopper for you. My player comp, which I think I mentioned earlier or on the short, I don't know. It's a big boulder right in the middle of that defensive line. He's not going to go anywhere. Athletic comp was Tim Settle out of Virginia Tech. I had a 5th/6th round grade on him. He was my number 192 overall player. You didn't have that many run-stopping defensive tackles who were left on the board. He actually played a ton of snaps this year for a 340-pound defensive lineman. 646 is a lot. That is a lot of snaps to play there. He is a space eater. He can anchor well. The run defense, I think, is pretty solid. I think he kind of played out of position at times. We'll get to some of the negative stuff that we'll get to here as well. But if you just wanted another body at nose guard, someone that can compete with Justin Rogers and maybe give you some depth there, this one tracks. This one very much tracks as that big run-stopping interior presence. I forget where Dane Brugler had him. I think Dane was pretty high on him on his board. Yeah, Dane had him as a 3rd/4th round grade, which I was a little bit surprised by, just outside his top 100, I believe. 13th among defensive tackles, so Dane was even higher on him than I was. All right, we got the best draft coverage for you here on the Dallas Cowboys. Don't miss out. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV for more free Cowboys YouTube videos. Again, the downsides, why he fell to the 7th round. The production's not there. 25 tackles, 28 tackles, 30 tackles, 3 sacks the past 3 years, 2 TFLs, 4 TFLs, 3 TFLs. He's not athletic enough to get in the backfield. It's not who he is. The testing was bad as expected. There was no 40 time, but a bad 24.5-inch vert. The 482 shuttle is not very good. Same with the 3-cone. He's 341. If he was a freak athlete, he'd go in the top 10 at that size, right? And it's just like, you kind of know that going in there. I don't think he's ever going to be a pass rusher in the NFL. I don't think he has the juice. I think he's going to be a non-factor as a pass rusher, which is okay because you're taking him to be a run stopper in the end. I do need him to be a better finisher. The arm length's not great, which is a concern. It's 32.5 inches. He has missed 20 tackles the past 3 years. You got to be a little bit better, a little bit more consistent in that area, and I think that's going to result in just better run defense for him as well. So that of the 2 picks, the Jay Toia one was my favorite selection because I can't quit fatties only, man. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. And I'm happy with it. Grade the pick, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Grade that pick of Jay Toia out of UCLA.